Hey everyone, my name is McKenna, also known as Snowflake Studios, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I am back with a super exciting unboxing because I finally got my hands on the new FEARBOOK line. I surprisingly haven't been able to find these or the newer releases in store for a little bit, so I finally found them recently, so I'm super excited to finally be opening them. This video is specifically for Abby, but Venus will be coming in a couple of weeks too. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at her and her box. So this is what Abby is looking like in her packaging. Now, if you guys have seen my other videos, you would have heard me rant about this packaging a lot already. But surprisingly, I actually like how this is done for the FEARBOOK line. I love the design on the left and how they filled in all that negative space. I think it's super cute. And then the back of the box just has all of the other ghouls in the line and then her full art, which is also super cute. Before we free her, let's take a little bit of a closer look at her packaging. Again, I love the designs on the left. I do feel like her positioning in the box is a little weird though, like her head being tilted like that just is very odd and it's hard to see her face. All of the 3 Abbey dolls at my store had this issue. I'm not sure if it was just like a batch problem, but they all just awkwardly are looking upwards like that. It's not that big of an issue, but it did make it hard to see her face, but so did her glasses. So honestly, I don't think it's that big of a problem. It just made it a teensy bit harder to pick out which screening I wanted. But anyway, here is her artwork. Again, super cute. But now let's take that plastic cover off so we can get her out of there. Call me crazy, but I am going to be harvesting this piece of paper right here from the box. I keep all of these little art cards. I don't really know why, I just like to hoard them. So that will be going in my stash. But anyway, here is her FEARBOOK itself. She is part of the Arts and Creepy Crafts Club with Laguna and Claude. And I think that it's super cool that every single doll in this line has their own unique FEARBOOK to showcase their activity. This is the ice sculpture of Tundra that she made. Tundra is her pet in G3 if you did not know, and she's just made out of a clear blue with some glitter to mimic ice. Abby also comes with a secondary jacket for the club, so it's made mainly out of this fur material with this little emblem on the side here, and then the sleeves have this super cool, like, I don't know what you'd call this, snowflakey design on it. And then of course, so that she can shave her ice, she comes with a chainsaw, and this of course is a reference to her G1 doll that also comes with a chainsaw. And this thing is super cool, I love it. I especially love the snowflake design, like in the middle of the chain blades right there, it's super cool. Abby also comes with a ton of these tiny little art supply accessories. So this is her paintbrush, and it's this like super cool rubbery texture. And then she comes with 5 different colored pencils. You can see me struggling to get them out of the packaging here. This is the yellow and the blue on their own. I love the skelet details on the top of all of her supplies. And then with the actual box they go in, she comes with a purple, green, and a pink also. I really struggled to get this purple one out of here for some reason. I don't really know why. But these colored pencils are super cute, and it's awesome that they all fit inside of this paper box. And to make it even better, it closes too, which I think is just so sick. This doll in itself gains like 10 points in my eyes for this. It's so cool. And then this is her paint palette, which also matches the colors of the colored pencils. And finally, but certainly not least, this is her painting of Tundra, which is super pretty. I love this so much. She is definitely an artist. Like, look at that. It is so cute. So now before we look at the doll, I decided to remove her glasses and her earmuffs just because it was so hard to see her actual screening and I wanted to see her face. So with that being said, here are her glasses. They're just a sheer pink with some glitter. And then her earmuffs, which are just a solid white with some detailing at the top. So now that we've finally taken a look at all of her accessories, let's look at the doll herself. And overall, I think she is super cute. I do have some thoughts though, like this hair in particular. Like, girl, what is that? Look at that cut on it. That is horrendous, Mattel. Why does she have the worst poly hair ever? Can we please get a singular Abbey doll with a nice head of saran, please? But other than that, I think her outfit is actually super cute. I love this little cardigan. I will say I tried to dye it today with Rit dye and it did not go well. I don't know if I didn't use like the right dye, but it didn't stick at all, so maybe I'll have to try something else. But onto her actual pieces, these are her hands. I love the henna tattoo that they gave her. I know this will probably just be for this release, but I hope that they continue to give her henna. I think that it matches her design so well. But anyway, after that, this is her little shirt. I think this is also super cute. It's pretty simple, and it just velcros in the back like normal doll clothes. This is that little knit cardigan. It is so cute. I really wish that it took the dye earlier, because if this thing dyed black would be so cute. I will be deconstructing this and making a pattern out of it though, because it is that cute. So if you'd like to know how to do that, just let me know. But anyway, now here is her apron. Super cute. It is made out of like a super cheap material though, like it feels like plastic. And then this is her little skirt. It just has this design on it. I don't know what you'd consider this design, like a snowflake web design. And then it just velcros in the back. And then finally, here are her boots. I honestly really love these. I can see them being really cute repainted or restyled some way. So I'm excited to see how I can use these in the future. And I guess I was joking, because there's actually another piece after these shoes. This is her little choker necklace. It's just white and has a little snowflake on it. I know it's out of focus, I'm sorry. But finally, with that, we have looked at all of her pieces, so let's take a look at her final doll. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this week's YouTube video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's a little bit different again. As of right now, I am working on a whopping 8 projects at once, so I have my work cut out for me. I should be finishing up my 5 commissions within the next week or 2, and then I also have a Juno doll from Overwatch that I've been making that's been on the back burner for a while. And then I'm also making my Undyne doll for my Custom Doll 101 series, which should be resuming next week with my rerouting part. I finished her reroute today as of recording this, so I didn't want to rush editing it to get it out by the end of this week. I wanted to take my time with it, especially since it's going to be a tutorial. So I hope you guys don't mind waiting an extra week for that. But for my 8th and final doll, I'm actually making a restyle that I'm going to be giving away to one of you guys for celebrating me hitting 15K over on Instagram. I genuinely can't even believe that those are words coming out of my mouth. Like, I can't believe that. I never thought that I would see anything remotely close to that, like, anytime soon, so genuinely thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. More details on that will be coming soon while I figure all of that out. But for now, if you're interested in joining, I highly recommend following me over on Instagram, because I will be announcing it over there. So, anywho, I hope you guys are excited. I am really excited to be making this special doll for you guys. She is going to be the first doll in a new series I'm making called Monster Makeovers, so more details on that will be coming soon. I want to keep it somewhat of a surprise, but I will tell you guys that I am making a Fairy Core Draculaura restyle. So if that piques your interest at all, I highly recommend following me on all my social media so that you see her whenever she's made. And if you'd like to support me further, I highly recommend following me over on my Patreon. Patreon members get early access to videos just like this one and a ton of other benefits, and I do offer a free tier along with my paid ones. So if you're interested, I will leave the link in the description below. And with that being said, a huge thank you over to my supporters over on my Patreon. Pumpkin Tushy, Morgan, Samuel, Daisy, Lisa, Kiara Y. Coconuts, Titus Zuraf, Arturo Ayala, Ali Neal, Brooklyn Butchie, and Aneka Kaika Kulo. Thank you so much for all the support. Aneka, I am so sorry for butchering your name. And a huge shout out over to Aneka and Brooklyn for joining my Patreon within the last week. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Big W's for both of them in the chat. Like I said earlier, next week's video will be the second installment in my Custom Doll 101 series for the rerouting portion. So stick around for that if you want to learn how to reroute a doll head. But for now, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you are having a good morning, night, evening, or whatever it is wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.